Hello, it is a second line day. We are in gate 15 and the second line is called influence. This is a word that we often use to keynote the fourth line, but it's here in the second line of gate 15. There's no lifetime learning here. It's one of those things you're born with your extremes. You don't have to come to them over time. Ra says that this second line is someone who is not actually extreme at all. Not until you knock on their door and then you need to duck. When they're at home and they're just wandering around doing their own thing and on their own, they're not extreme. They're just themselves in their own rhythm, doing their own thing. But then someone comes and knocks on the door and you have a whole different story. That's when the extreme in them is recognized by someone else and it can jump out. The whole thing with the second line is that it doesn't know that it's extreme. It's just living it. In the exaltation, we have modesty and right action resulted in enduring standards, the capacity of the self to accept its extreme nature as correct. We met modesty yesterday in the grounding gate of gate 10. It's about being yourself. Being yourself is right action. And this results in enduring standards, in having behavior that will stand the test of time. And modesty is the name of the I Ching, in the I Ching for gate 15. The ancient Chinese considered the 15th hexagram to be perfect. All of the 6 lines to the ancient Chinese were exalted, simply because this is the core of what it is to be alive in the world. So that enduring standard is to be oneself. Right action is to follow your extreme, honor your extreme. In the detriment, where the sun's actions are natural, the earth's are contrived. Though given the power of this position, the same effect can be expected. The capacity to use the extreme nature of the self to influence others. So imagine that you're looking through the window and you see that 15-2 doing something really bizarre, something that illustrates their extreme behavior. And you knock on the door and you say, that bizarre thing of yours that you do, you could make a lot of money doing that. Can I show people that bizarre thing that you do? And so rather than that really being them, it becomes an aspect of their extreme behavior. And they use that bizarre as a way of being in the world. It's taken out of the context of the whole structure. And that's the thing that's then put in front of others to attract them, whether that's something that turns out to be humorous or tragic or is just extreme. Gate 2, no, not gate 2, gate 10 in the second line is the hermit. The hermit naturally wants to stay inside. They don't want to be called out. They don't want to be noticed for their extreme behavior because they don't actually know their behavior is extreme. They're just being them. But the hermit can maybe bring some space for the 15 line 2 to be safe within their extremes, to be influential from that safe place. So the moon is currently still in gate 9, the gate of concentration, and it's with us for a little while. Gate 5, later on at 1436, this is the gate of waiting, the gate of fixed patterns. This is the fundamental attunement to natural rhythms. This is waiting as an active state of awareness. And if you have this gate in your design, then you'll have a deep need for fixed rhythms and particularly daily rituals. They can be really important for your overall health. It can be a difficult gate to navigate when you come up against other people's ideas of what you should be doing and when. And it's very hard for a child if they're not allowed to have their own autonomy and they've got gate 5. And of course, the moon moving into gate 5 gives the channel with the sun in gate 15. So we have a harmony here with the life force, which aligns us to the deeper patterns of life. This is a channel that has its own unique rhythm, and it can be very magnetic. We know how magnetic gate 15 can be. And we've been talking about these themes a little bit as we've started to look at gate 15. So perhaps you're feeling a need to look at your routines today, your habits. And remember that the transit is not you, so this will pass unless you've got this fixed in your design. So when we have this kind of a transit, don't be tempted to make any hasty changes. Always use your strategy and authority to navigate anything like that. And at 10 to 1 tomorrow morning, the gate moves into gate 26. The moon moves into gate 26. This is the ego center gate of the egoist, where the power of memory can be applied to the nurturing of community. It's the gate of trickery, the gate of manipulation, with the skills to convince others of the need for goods or products or services that are essential to them, and also help for the material well-being of the community. And Venus is on the move today as well. It moves into gate 52 at 11:02. And we know about this gate because Mercury has just moved into this position as well. So this is that root gate of inaction, keeping still mountain. The temporary and self-imposed inaction for the benefit of assessment. And as this is Venus, then you could look at your values around inaction and stillness. You could look for the beauty in not doing, just sitting still, concentrating. That's our gate for today. So I'm trying to, I had a tooth out and it got infected where it came out. So I've just been dealing with this whole thing that's going on here. I have gate 15. It's felt pretty extreme. And I have it in line 1. I'm going to check that now. But I have got it in line 1. And of course, that is the extreme. It's the root. And that was good. Anyway, I've got this whole thing going on with my tooth at the moment. So that's me. Have a good day. And I will see you for the next line tomorrow. Go gently. Bye-bye.